Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's lesson, we will talk about SQL aggregate functions. These are super useful when you want to perform calculations on your data. We will cover sum to add numbers, average to calculate the average, count to count rows, min and max to find smallest and largest value. Whether you are analyzing sales, tracking inventory, or summarizing data in reports, aggregate functions are your best friends. Let's get started. Let's start with a sample table. Imagine we have a table called orders like this. This table stores each customer's order amount and date. Let's create this table. Now we'll try and insert some sample data. As you can see, 5 rows have been inserted. Let's say if you want to know the total amount of all orders. So for that we will use sum function. So we can use that sum in the select statement. Select sum. In the parenthesis we mention the column name. So in our case it is amount and we have to give the alias name. So we'll say as total sales. After this we need to mention the table name from orders. So let's execute. As you can see we got 1300.50. This returns the total sales across all orders. You can also use group by to get total per customer. So after this from orders we can just specify group by customer name. So say customer name, and in the select statement we can select customer name. So let me execute this. As you can see we have got the total sales by customer. So now you can see how much each customer has spent. Next step is average. To find the average of a column, let's get the average order amount. So to get that, in the select statement we can mention average. In the parenthesis we need to specify the column name and we need to give the alias as, let's say, average sales. Let's execute this. As you can see the average sales of orders table is 260 rupees. Again you can use group by to get the per customer average. For example, group by customer name, and in the select if we add customer name we will get the customer name with the average amount they have spent. If you want to count how many rows or orders are there in the table, so for that we use count. In the select statement we can specify count of star and we can say as order count. So we have 5 rows in the table, and also instead of star we can just specify the order ID like this and execute it. It will give the same results. Count can be used with star or a specific column as we saw now, but if we have any null value, count of this null value will ignore them. So we have to be careful on that. Now let's find the lowest and highest order amounts. So again in the select statement we can specify min for minimum, and inside the parenthesis we say amount and we say as minimum order, and for max we can specify max of amount as max order. So if we execute this, so we get minimum order amount and the maximum order amount. Again if you want to get per customer what is the minimum amount and the maximum amount, we can use group by customer name, and we can add this customer name here. Let's execute. As you can see we got the minimum and the maximum order for particular customer. So these are great for identifying best and worst performers. We can also combine aggregate functions with where to filter before calculating. For example, let's say average of amount as average order amount from orders, and after this we can specify where condition, where let's say order date is greater than or equal to 2024-01-50. So let's execute this. So this will return the average amount in the order table where the order date is greater than this date. So that is 291. Now we'll see some best practices and real use case for aggregates. Always name your output with as for clarity. Use group by to summarize by category or user. Combine with where for filtered insights. It's useful in dashboards, analytics, reports, etc. So the real world use case include total revenue for the month, number of signups per day, highest rated product, average delivery time. And that's it for this video. You have now learned how to use SQL aggregate functions, sum, average, count, min and max, all critical for data analysis and reporting. Try this out in your own practice database and let me know in the comments how you are using them. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe and hit the bell for more SQL lessons. See you in the next video and happy querying.